The movie begins at Bintang Banga High School during exam time. Ariel and Pasha attempt to cheat, but the school headmaster Amanda catches them in the act. She notifies teacher Ruslan, instructing him to confiscate their answer sheets. She then directs the guard Yudi to escort Ariel and Pasha to the detention room. And meanwhile, Inka persuades Nala to show her the answer sheet. Reluctantly, Nala complies, but they are caught by a teacher who orders them to join Ariel and Pasha in the detention room. While en route to the detention room, Amanda notices an unusual phenomenon in the sky. Upon reaching the room, she tells them that they have cheated, but she will treat them fairly. Pasha comments that he thinks she doesn't like them, to which she responds that if that were true, she would have simply sent them home to fail the exam. Offering them a final opportunity, Amanda instructs Yudi to distribute the exam sheets. She grants them 90 minutes to complete the test, and they will get their scores right here. However, if they attempt to cheat again, she will send them home and they will fail the exam. Later, as the exam time concludes, the lights in the hall begin flickering, and suddenly, a student named Indri gets possessed and begins screaming. Upon hearing her screams, Amanda rushes into the hall, and after checking on Indri, she instructs Europe to take her to her room. Afterward, she comes out and calls Ayub, urging him to come to her school urgently as they have a possessed student there. She is afraid it's a repeat incident, so she needs his help. In the meantime, another student becomes possessed, catching the staff off guard. Then, another student follows suit, levitating in the air, and subsequently, more students begin getting possessed one by one, causing chaos in the hall. The possessed students escalate their aggression, attacking and fatally injuring other students and teachers. And eventually, they turn on themselves, resulting in self-inflicted harm and casualties. Amidst the chaos, one student manages to open the door, helping some others escape the hall. However, he becomes possessed himself, leaving the remaining students trapped inside. The fleeing students urgently warn Amanda to evacuate the premises, urging the guard Dotting to unlock the main gate. They inform him that there are deceased individuals inside, emphasizing the severity of the situation. Suddenly, a possessed student named Vincent launches an attack, killing and preventing them from escaping, and witnessing this, the frightened students become deeply alarmed. Vincent asserts that none of them are permitted to leave as the exam has not yet concluded, and then he kills himself by slitting his throat. Following this, a boy named Anton becomes possessed, and after attacking a girl, he reiterates that he had warned them earlier that the exam is not finished, hence they cannot leave. Meanwhile, Yudi informs the 4 students that the allotted time for the exam has ended and instructs them to put down their pencils. Later, Amanda addresses the students, revealing that the school has been seized by a terrifying disaster, leaving no route for escape. However, she assures them that help is on its way, and she trusts the individual who will manage the crisis. In the interim, while awaiting assistance, she implores everyone to pray according to their beliefs, offering a path to redemption from the terror inflicted by the demons. She then requests Dadang to check the back gate to see if Ayub has arrived. Dadang heads towards the back gate where he meets Ayub and Nikila. He retrieves the key and tosses it to them, apologizing and admitting that he lacks the courage to open the gate. Ayub says he understands and asks Nikila to get the keys and open the gate. As they enter the school, 2 girls attempt to leave, but one is knocked down by an unseen force, while the other becomes possessed. Dadang is filled with terror as the possessed girl turns towards them. However, when she tries to attack them, Nikila bravely intervenes, subduing the possessed girl and rendering her unconscious. She then tells Ayub that there is a wicked entity here, and Dadang informs him that there are even more dead people inside. Next, Ayub asks Amanda how bad is the situation, to which she says they are currently spread out across rooms, but they did what he told her. Just then, Nikila senses something, and she informs Ayub that the power of this entity is overbearing. Ayub then tells Amanda that Nikila can feel intense wrath and resentment emanating from the entity, which poses a danger to everyone in the school. Meanwhile, the entity manifests in front of some students who are hiding in the music room, ultimately claiming their lives. Ayub reviews the CCTV footage and queries Amanda about the vacant seat. She reveals that it belonged to Karina, who had taken her own life earlier in the day. She explains that she had caught Karina cheating, threatening her with expulsion, and then she passed out. She instructed Dadang to escort Karina to the infirmary, but upon checking on her later, Amanda discovered that Karina had hanged herself to death. Ayub questions why she didn't call the police, to which she explains that she didn't want to disrupt the exam process. Instead, she instructed Dadang to lock the infirmary, emphasizing the urgency of submitting the students' final exam scores to maintain their chance of winning the title of best school again this year. Ayub concludes that Karina's spirit is harboring a grudge against the students who took the exam, emphasizing the importance of catching the spirit before it's too late. Dadang leads them to the infirmary, where they discover the body of another student hanging instead of Karina. Nakila informs Ayub that Karina anticipated they would search for her body, and as they decide to take down the body, Dadang becomes possessed. Despite attacking them, Nakila manages to restrain him, and Ayub, wielding a sacred dagger, attempts to exorcise the spirit from Dadang. But tragically, Dadang is burned and killed in the process. They return to Amanda and inform her that Dadang has become another victim, and they couldn't find Karina's body in the infirmary. Amanda updates Ayub that no one is in the hall, but when she prompts him to check the camera footage, all the students are still there. However, Amanda points out that one of the girls smiles at the camera, revealing that she is not one of their students. Suddenly, a girl appears in front of the camera, and the screen abruptly goes dark. Meanwhile, the 4 students, unaware of the situation, start to feel frustrated and decide to leave. However, Inka becomes possessed, climbs onto the table, and proceeds to destroy their exam sheets. And when they try to stop her, she injures Pasha. Ariel steps in, but Inka grabs him by the throat. But fortunately, Yudi manages to free Ariel, and as they try to escape, Inka climbs the wall and blocks their path on the stairs. Seeing Inka in her distressed state, they all become frightened and start praying fervently, and Inka tragically ends her own life by jumping down the stairs. Ayub, Nakila, and Amanda visit the examination hall, where Nakila experiences a vision upon touching Karina's seat. She approaches Ayub and tells him that she thinks the students are not missing, but being hidden in the spirit realm. Ayub informs Amanda about this, and just then they hear a scream. Meanwhile, Ariel and the others observe that Pasha has been possessed, and he launches an attack on Ariel. Yudi intervenes, releasing Ariel from Pasha's grip, and they hastily flee for safety, locking themselves in the toilet. Subsequently, the possessed Pasha tragically takes his own life by jumping down from the building. Nala and Ariel are devastated by their friend's death, but are startled to hear someone crying in the toilet. Yudi diligently checks each toilet one by one until they discover their classmate Linda hiding there. Ayub, Amanda, and Nakila come out following the screams and discover Karina hanging from a pole, crying out for help. Ayub questions Amanda if she is sure she is Karina, reminding her that she had reported Karina hanging herself, to which Amanda admits that she may have been mistaken, but she is Karina. Nakila and Ayub quickly bring Karina down, and while Amanda attends to her, Ayub instructs Nakila to stay alert. As Amanda tries to calm Karina, she suddenly accuses Amanda, claiming it's all her fault, prompting Ayub to pull her back, saying that's the demon. The demon approaches Ayub, declaring that they finally meet again. Ayub questions its identity and demands it to reveal its true form, to which the demon responds, remembering how Ayub had put it through hell before, but asserts that it's different now. With a maniacal laugh, the demon moves away from them and then transforms into black smoke and slips into the school. Meanwhile, Ariel and others decide to escape through the back door while praying. Ayub and Nakila, accompanied by Amanda, visit the detention room, only to discover Inka's lifeless body, and Nakila, experiencing a vision, comprehends everything that occurred in that room. Amanda remarks that 5 people were supposed to be there, prompting Nakila to think that they may have managed to escape. Outside, Karina's demonic spirit materializes in front of Ariel and the others, and Yudi urges everyone to keep praying. Karina taunts them, asking how their exam went, before unleashing a piercing scream that sends them flying backward. Karina's demonic form proceeds to strangle Linda and absorb her spirit. And just as Ayub arrives, the demon reveals its true horrifying face, prompting Ayub to quickly order Amanda to take them all away from there. As they depart, the demon attempts to attack Ayub, but Nikila intervenes, triggering a fierce confrontation. Despite Nikila's efforts, the demon overpowers her, seizing her by the throat and hurling her aside. The demon then charges toward Ayub, but he quickly takes out his sacred dagger to stop it. Enraged, the demon shatters the window glass, and in an attempt to protect Nikila, Ayub gets injured, but he succeeds in driving away the demon from there. Nikila brings him back to the examination hall, where everyone else joins in to help him lie down on the desks. In his final moments, Ayub reveals that Karina's soul is being manipulated as a tool by an even more malevolent demon named Ujang Pegat. Amanda recalls the demon, prompting Ayub to declare that only Nikila has the power to halt its terror and release the students it has captured. He entrusts Nikila with his sacred dagger, emphasizing that she must separate Ujang Pegat and Karina from the spirit realm, as if they are not united as one, they will be weakened. Ayub then dies, and Ariel asks Amanda about Ujang Pegat. She discloses that Ujang Pegat is a psychopath, a pedophile, and essentially a devil in human form. She tells an incident from her childhood when Ujang Pegat hypnotized her with his black magic powers and took her to his place, where he had already held captive many girls from Amanda's dad's school. He brings one of the girls outside and starts dancing while performing a ritual, after which he sacrifices that girl to increase his black magic powers. Now that night, when Ujang Pegat attempts to sacrifice Amanda, her father Ridwan with Ayub arrives with others, and utilizing his powers, Ayub breaks Amanda free from the hypnosis. Ayub overpowers Ujang Pegat, and they bind him to a tree, and Ridwan orders them to burn him alive as punishment for his crimes. Despite the agony of the flames, Ujang Pegat continues to laugh maniacally until his dying breath. Nikila informs Amanda that she needs help to return those who went missing, explaining that someone must occupy Karina's seat, as it serves as the portal used by the demon. Amanda volunteers to take on this task, recognizing that both Karina and Ujang Pegat want her, so it's time for her to take responsibility for this whole mess. Nikila guides Amanda to sit on the seat, explaining to the others that their prayers will guide them to locate Ujang Pegat in the spirit realm. She instructs them that if they see the candles lit up, they should proceed to burn the seat immediately. Yudi expresses concern about their escape plan if they burn the seat, to which Nikila reassures him, emphasizing that the priority is to bring back the lost souls. They commence the ritual, and as Nikila holds Amanda's hand, they both vanish from the spot. The scene shifts to Spirit Realm, where they discover the missing students and teacher, and when they are looking for a way to go inside, they also find Karina's body there. After some time, when Ujang Pegat brings one of the students out, Nikila confronts him, and holding a machete against her, he asks what she is doing here. Meanwhile, Amanda takes the girl back inside for her safety. Outside, Ujang Pegat unveils its demonic form and launches an assault on Nikila, attempting to kill her. Despite Nikila's efforts to fight back, the demon overpowers her, prompting Amanda to rush to her help and stab the demon with the sacred dagger. Meanwhile, the candles ignite, signaling Yudi to set Karina's seat on fire. Nikila and Amanda severely wound the demon, but in a daring move, Amanda leaps into the burning hut with the demon. After some time, Yudi notices that all the missing students have returned, and he promptly leads them out of the school. As they stand outside, they watch the school engulfed in flames. The camera focuses on Nikila, and with that, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for facing the frights with us. If you survived this video, drop a like, summon that subscribe button, and brace yourself for more horror. Until next time, stay spooked.